And mental health, I mean, is becoming sort of the hot topic. And I think the era of don't whine, don't complain, hold it in is really over. And I think people are really recognizing how valuable it is to really take care of yourself.
Your brain is a muscle, it's an organ, but it's also like something that needs to be worked on the same that everything else needs to be worked on. Just like the way you train in the gym or you practice on the range or the putting green or whatever, you know, the brain also needs practice and repetition in right ways. It needs just as much love and attention as every other facet of your life.
A lot of really high-profile elite athletes have opened up about their struggles with mental health. They're such huge role models to everyone, basically, not just athletes, and for them to open up and be so honest about their struggles and say that they weren't okay when they were performing at their best or trying to perform their best, that has allowed a lot of athletes across a lot of sports to open up and say that they're not okay either. It's very cool to see these athletes say that it's okay to not be okay, and by admitting that, that's how you get better.
I think professional sports are really hard and they can be really lonely, and so having access to someone who is just judgment-free, be pretty much whatever you need her to be, you know, sports psychologist, regular psychologist, and to have that support from someone is huge.
The little engine that could just did. The long journey of Lauren Coughlin ends in the winner's circle in Calgary.
I think people are really recognizing how valuable it is to really take care of yourself. If we can take care of ourselves well, emotionally, keep everything in a good place with relationships and our habits, our sleep, our nutrition, and our self-care, now all of a sudden everything gets better.
One of the biggest things that I wish I would have learned early on is that how I play on the golf course doesn't reflect who I need to be off the golf course. Like, it doesn't matter if I play good or bad, like I can still be a normal, happy person off the golf course. So just being happy off the golf course usually leads to you being happy on the golf course, which usually leads to good golf. I know that sounds really simple, but it's very true.
This might be the most exciting gig I've ever had as a sports psychologist, because these women are so switched on mentally. To even work to find the one thing that might help them get just a little bit better, to squeeze a little bit more out of them is such a fun challenge for me. I talk with these ladies all the time about just the challenge of being balanced as a person, right? Their lives are so focused on golf. For them, just trying to find out the cadence and pace of, you know, how many weeks can I play in a row? When do I need a break? And some of that stuff, and just the importance of that. It's so important, but it's difficult. It's elusive for them to find balance sometimes, and sometimes that's what we're talking about in sessions.